Hello guys, this is Marvel here. So this is my official TikTok account for grade 11 content. I just wanted to have a special account for you guys where I will be posting only grade 11 stuff. So if you're in grade 11, ensure that you follow this TikTok account because it will be helping you prepare for your June exam, trial examination, as well as your final examination. Now let's look at this analytical geometry question, and I want to help you out with it. So what do we see? We are seeing this wonderful diagram, and I want to show you how you answer these questions. So the first question says we need to calculate the gradient of AC, right? So this is AC. If you look at it, we need to calculate that gradient. How do we calculate the gradient of AC? I'm going to say, well, the gradient of AC will be given by the formula y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. What is y2? I'm just going to take y2 as c. It's going to be 11, right? So I'm going to have 11 minus what is y1? It will be 3, right? Divided by x2, it's going to be 10 plus 2, right? So it's going to be 11 minus 3, 10 plus 2. So it's going to be 11 minus 3, 10 plus 2. And I get a value of 2 divided by 3. So what you want to do is, let me show you something. You need to go and write this value on your diagram. You need to say, okay, my gradient is actually going to be 2 divided by 3. Why? Because like you may never know, maybe you would need this answer to answer some next questions. So you need to write them on your diagram so that you do not forget the information that the examiner is trying to give to you. Now the other question says we need to find the equation of the line DE, right? So which one is DE? DE, can you see? So we find that DE is actually parallel to AC. Can you see it? So what do we know? We know that parallel lines actually share the gradient. So I'm going to say, okay, AC is actually parallel to DC, to DE. Therefore, the gradient of AC is going to equals to the gradient of DE. That is going to be 2 divided by 3. So if I want to find the equation of this, I'm going to say, well, y equals to mx plus c. What is my value of y? It's going to be minus 1, and the value of the gradient is 2 divided by 3, and the value of x, it's actually 5, and we want to find c. So this is going to be minus 1, that equals to 10 divided by 3. So it's going to be plus 6, and then I'm going to take this to the other side. It's going to be minus 1 minus 10 divided by 3, and I get a value of c that's actually equals to minus 13 divided by 3. Therefore my line is going to be y equals to 2 over 3x minus 10 divided by 3. So I'm just going to write it here. So okay, this line is actually y, that equals to 2 over 3x minus 13 divided by 3. It is 13 divided by 3, not 10. Okay, now let's look at the next question. The next question actually says we need to find alpha. So we need to check, where is alpha? So alpha, it is actually in here. We need to find this wonderful angle. And how can we find it? Well, there are a few ways to actually look at this to actually look at this question, right? And what are these few ways to actually look at this angle? Well, we know that, let's look at this triangle. If we look at this triangle, we realize this is 90 degrees, right? And we can find this angle. We can find this angle G. How can we find the angle G? Well, we're going to say we know that the tan of the angle G, it is going to equal to the gradient of what? Of AC, right? Because it is actually part of this line. So we want to find the angle of G is going to be 2 divided by 3. Now let's actually try to find this angle. So it's going to be the tan of 2 divided by 3, and it is going to give us 33.69 degrees. Okay, so if this angle is actually 33.69 degrees, it means we can find this angle, right, using some angles of a triangle. So I'm going to add these three triangles and I'm going to equate them to 180 degrees, right? So this is what I want to do. So I'm going to say, well, okay, the angle 33.69, if I add it to this 90 degrees, and if I add it to this angle, let me just call it x, these things are going to give me 180 degrees. Why? This is the sum angles of a triangle. So I'm going to say 180 minus 33.69 minus 90. It is actually going to give me the value of x to be 56.31 degrees. So if you check, these are actually angles on a straight line. If you have these two angles, so you're going to say, well, it means that alpha plus this angle of 56.31 degrees is actually going to give you 180 degrees. So you want to take this angle to the other side. So your alpha is going to be 180 degrees minus 56.31 degrees. And then with that, you are going to find your angle of alpha. And it's going to give you 123.69 degrees. All right. So now they say that B is a point such that ABDE is a rectangle. So they're saying that B is a point such that ABDE is a rectangle. So let's look at this. If we put, they say A, B, D, this is easy. Let's put B to be here. So we're going to have A, B, D, E to be a rectangle. Can you see it? So ABDE becomes a rectangle. Now they say we need to find the midpoint of BE. We need to find the midpoint of what? Of BE. So it means that we need to find the midpoint of BE. Can I tell you something? The midpoint of BE, it is actually the midpoint of AD. So they want us to find this line. So what are we going to do about it to find it? We're going to say, okay, the midpoint, it's going to be minus 2 plus 5, and then you divide this by 2, and it's going to be 3 minus 1, and then you divide it by 2. So it's going to be 3 divided by 2 and 1. That actually becomes the point of your midpoint at this point.